used to put my hat on in the front of the Motorcoach at 7 in the morning. Turned up the volume a little. They were trying to sleep back there too. I could never understand that, but they knew something was going on. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge. I cremated Sam Magee. Now, Sam Magee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but that land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in his rather homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Seward Highway Trail. Talk of your cold through the parka's fold, and it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we'd closed and the lashes froze, till sometimes you couldn't see. Wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam Magee. And that very night as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe, he turned to me and, "Kris," says he, "I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request." Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of a moan, "It's a cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet it tain't being dead. It's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that come foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains." Well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I wouldn't fail, and we started on at the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam Magee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horrid driven, with the corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains." Well, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart, how I cursed that load. In the long, long nights round the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. But on I went, though the dogs were spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I wouldn't give in. And I'd often sing to that hateful thing. And it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and I thought a bit. Then I looked at my frozen chum. "Then here," said I with a sudden cry, "is my crematorium." Some planks I tore from the cabin floor and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared. The furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal and I stuffed in Sam Magee. Then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, yet the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And a greasy smoke and an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. But the stars came out and they danced about. Here again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked. And it's time I looked. And the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile. And he said, please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll wet in the cold and the storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are indeed strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails do have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge. I cremated old Sam Magee. The Cremation of Sam Magee by Robert W. Service. Thank you.